In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. My dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Today I am going to teach you lesson number 11. The lesson name is Bridges. This lesson has been taken from Buildings and Bridges by James Branson. In this lesson, you will learn about different bridges. We have to analyze the structure of different bridges. First of all, I would like to define what is bridge. A structure spanning and providing passage over a gap such as river or roadway is called bridge. Our engineers design these bridges. The first bridge, as shown in your book, is a beam bridge. You can see in this slide this beam bridge. It has one or more beams that are extended across the gap. We can see this type of bridge in this slide. The simplest bridge is a log from a single tree laid across a gap. Next type of bridge is arch bridge. Arch bridge consists of several small arches like curves. Next bridge is coffer dam. Coffer dam is a watertight enclosure placed into the water. Next type of bridge is suspension bridge. Suspension means hanging without support. The bridge is suspended from cables which are attached to high tower. A harbour bridge, there is a very large steel arch from which the bridge hangs. Next type of bridge is cantilever bridge. It is made up of sections. Each section is supported by pillars. You can see here it is at Scotland. Our engineers and scientists work over this project. All this work needs the skills of engineers and scientists. They have to find what the rocks are like before they build the foundations and what the forces of the wind and water will be. They often make models and use them to see what will happen. Scientists and engineers help to make the world a safer and more comfortable place for us to live in. Beta, lesson ends here. I hope you got a lot of knowledge about bridges and learn about different bridges. Let's move towards copy work. First, you have to do vocabulary meanings in your English text copy and phrases, idioms in the same copy. Let's move towards grammar work. Take out page number 67, exercise A. Question is, say whether the groups of words in italics are phrases or clause. You have to see the sentences which has given in this exercise and the words which are written in italics. You have to find out either phrases or clauses. So before starting this exercise, I would like to tell you what is a phrase or a clause. A phrase is a group of words that doesn't have a subject and verb. It is usually forms part of a larger sentence. A clause always has a verb with a subject. Look at this sentence. Sentence number 1. He will be here in a week's time. In a week's time is written in italic. Is there any subject or verb? Obviously, there is no subject or verb. So this is phrase. Next sentence. After a moment, she sat down. After a moment is written in italic. Is there any subject or verb? Obviously, no subject, no verb. So this is phrase. In this way, you have to complete this exercise. Let's move towards next exercise. Exercise B. Page number 67. Change the clauses in italics into infinitive phrases. The words which have written in italic, you have to change these into infinitive phrase. Number 1. I asked the teacher how I should do it. Answer. I asked the teacher how to do it. Number 2. Please tell me what I ought to say. Answer. Please tell me what to say. Remaining work of this exercise you have to do. Let's move towards next exercise. Exercise C on the same page, page number 67. The question is, change the clauses into phrases by leaving out the words in italic. You have to change the clauses into phrases. How? Number 1, I am solving. I am going to draw a man who is fighting a crocodile. I am going to draw a man fighting a crocodile. Next exercise. Exercise D, page number 67. Question is, change the clauses into participle phrases. You have to change these clauses into participle phrases. Number 1, as we wanted to get there by noon, we started early in the morning. Answer. Wanting to get there by noon, we started early in the morning. Number 2, since we knew that food would be scarce, we took some with. Answer. Knowing that food would be scarce, we took some with us. Next exercise we have on page number 69. Complete these sentences by adding disagree, disagree with, or agree to. It means there are fill in the blanks are given. So you have to fill these blanks by adding disagree, disagree with, or agree to. Sentence number 1. You are quite right, I dash you. Here you have to put anyone. You are quite right, I agree with you. Remaining work of exercise you will do. Exercise next about translation. Future continuous tense. First of all, I would like to tell you structure, subject, then auxiliary verb will be, shall be, then main verb, that is first form of verb plus ing, yani present participle form, then object. Example, she will be going to market. Beta, if you are going to make this affirmative sentence into negative, You will write here, she will not be going to market. And for interrogative, will she be going to market? And at the end of sentence, sign of interrogation. Next sentence, we shall be having lunch. In the same way, you have to change into negative than interrogative. Now, there is a paragraph. You have to change this paragraph into English. ईमान और सायरा खरीदारी के लिए जा रही होंगी. ईमान गाड़ी चला रही होगी. रास्ते में भीड़ हो रही होगी. दोनों सहेलियां खूब मज़े कर रही होंगी. दौरान खरीदारी वक्त तेज़ी से गुजर रहा होगा और घर लौटने की फ़िक्र इनके सर पे सवार होगी. You have to translate this paragraph into English. Now exercise ends here. The answers of all exercises are given in doc file. Now students, thank you and Allah Hafiz.